Hey class, just wanted to go over this assignment sheet very, very quickly. Um, so as you're going to pick any one of these topics below, I just wanted to point out with topic one and topic two, when you're choosing two poets uh, from the unit or two short story authors, depending on which one you're doing, uh, you want to discuss how that poet meets four of the literary conventions or characteristics of that time period for each poet. So, you need to be making at least, 4 points for each poet. This poet meets these four characteristics, this poet meets these four characteristics. So, like 8 total. Now, those can be the same characteristics for each poet. Like both poets can meet the same characteristics or different. That doesn't matter, but, just for each. Same thing with the short story authors. Um, uh, no, when I say, make sure you're analyzing, discussing how your examples of literary elements from the poems or short stories work to meet the criteria for those characteristics. What I mean by that is that we have those that information about minimalism, that information about Southern Gothic characteristics, and this basic literary conventions of this time period in literature and what they are. That's in week 12 and week 13 of content, and so those are the characteristics that I'm talking about. And what you're doing, like you've done before and successfully in previous essays, is you're discussing how any literary elements, and that could be anything from plot, dialogue, imagery, symbolism, metaphor, point of view, setting, whatever it is, punctuation, structure, rhyme scheme, stanza breaks, whatever it is that you're analyzing, you want to discuss how it works, how it makes this an example of Southern Gothic, So, uh, you know, for example, you know, in um, in uh, Flannery O'Connor's short story, how is it an example of Southern Gothic? It's not enough to just say that there's a subtle supernatural element to the end of the short story. I'm sorry that it's not enough to say that there's a moment of enlightenment at the end of the short story for the main character. You want to discuss how it works. It's only at the moment of her death that she realizes that she is connected to all the human race as kind of like this maternal loving figure that she should love everyone as a person of faith or whatever Christian she is, and this only at the moment of her death that she reaches that moment of enlightenment. You want to explain how it works, how it fits in um, to that Southern Gothic genre. Those ideas of predation and violence and all that stuff, and faith, how it meets those criteria. You want to explain how that works, and that those are elements of Southern Gothic, or those meet the literary conventions of the time period. So, you're not just summarizing, you're discussing how things work. That's what analysis means. Okay, email me if you have any problems. I hope that's helpful.